Fuck ass podcast. Fuck ass podcast. Fuck ass podcast. That annoying son of a bitch. That annoying son of a bitch. What an annoying son of a bitch. What a fucking bastard. I had a dream last night. Can you fucking believe it? I had a fucking dream last night. I was working retail at like a Toys R Us type store. I know they don't exist anymore. Maybe it was a Target. It was in a big ass mall somewhere. And do those even exist anymore? They may not even exist anymore. But I had the same boss there. I was a stock boy slash sales clerk or whatever out there on the floor helping people and stocking stuff and helping people. And the boss there was the boss that I had at the place I work. Well, he's not there. The boss that I have at the place I work now had the boss that I had he was my boss there. And through the course of it, he kept fucking me over. And he kept fucking over coworkers that were friends. He fucked over people I didn't like. And I naturally thought that was funny because I'm a douchebag. I'm a douchebag, by the way. I'm an asshole. I'm a douchebag. I'm an idiot. And I have a tiny penis. And I have mental problems. And I'm fat. I'm a fat. I'm a fat. But he kept fucking me over. And it started to piss me off. And I was trying to help a customer, and he fucked me over on this customer I was helping. And then he took over and was the hero. And I was like, man, motherfucker. Just kept doing petty shit to annoy the shit out of me. Kept pretending like he was on our side. And kept winning us back so we wouldn't quit or switch shifts or quit. It was a long fucking dream. It was at least like a week or so. Because I went to like 4 parties. Fucking, it was a long dream. I mean, like, I went to work and I went to a party and I crashed. And I woke up and I went to work and I went to another party and then I crashed. It was a fucking long dream. But anyway, god damn. So there's one point I was checking on something because he was blaming me for fucking up stocking something. And I was looking into it. And all the shit that was missing was up in his fucking section. So I was up there looking around because he like was a section, like he was a manager and he was in charge of pretty much a floor of the store. And it, not only was it up there, it was somewhere it shouldn't have been. And it looked like it had been attempted to be stashed out of sight. And there was even a price put on it. So it was like it was intentionally put there. Not like it was just thrown there quick and forgotten about. So I was talking to the people on that floor, and they're like, oh yeah, he was just setting it up. And I was like, when? Right before we opened. And he was up my ass blaming me for misplacing it, saying he was on looking through some price sheets or whatever, and he couldn't find it, and it wasn't where it was supposed to be, and he started tearing into me like 2 hours after the store opened. And I was super fucking pissed. That's why I was pissed before I went looking into everything. And then I found the shit up there, and I asked him about it. And he's like, is this where you put it? And I was like, is this where I put it? And then I was like, let's go back in the stockroom and talk. And he does that because he's always the type that wants to try and keep everything off the radar as fucking possible. He like, never mind. So he, of course, went back there with me, and I got him talking, blaming me for shit. And then I started dropping names. Like, I talked to these people just before I engaged you, and all of them told me the story of your bitch ass setting that up this morning. You even borrowed so-and-so's printer to print the fucking signs. Portable printers, battery operated. Whatever. So he just started talking shit. And then he started blaming me for other shit that I didn't do. And I fucking snapped and started punching him in the neck and punching him in the side of his head on his hair. I fucking was just, I wanted to fucking kill him, but I fucking couldn't do it. So he just stands there and looks all betrayed and shit, even though, you know, what are you gonna fucking do? You fuck people over enough, chances are you're gonna get results you don't want. I don't think I've ever punched anybody for something like that, and I know I've never punched a manager. But he didn't report it up the chain, but he fucking started spreading I did it like rumors, and like trying to parlay support through everybody else without actually giving me any direct consequences. And the day just went to shit because he had so many people that hadn't been there for a while that were on his side. And by the end of the day, everyone had been on me so much that I was self-destructive as fuck by the time I left. I even started thinking it was my fault, even though I know goddamn well it was not my fucking fault. So when I was leaving, I had just passed two people that were customers that happened to overhear and get told a lot of this stuff that I supposedly did. And they were just mean mugging me, and they said, one of the guys said something. It was a guy and a girl. I don't know if they were together. I don't know. It was a dream. Who the fuck knows? I don't know those bitches. So I walked past him and I saw this tough looking guy in the parking lot. So I went out there and I made a face or something, and he looked like it annoyed him. And so I kind of started talking shit to him. And then I was like, punch me! Punch me! And I put my hands down by my sides because I wasn't going to defend myself. I just wanted to fucking get punched. Felt like I deserved it. And I was like, come on, you fucking pussy. You got big ass arms, use them. Fucking took my glasses off. He realized I was serious. Took his sunglasses off. I don't remember exactly what happened because in the dream I was so mad, shit kind of blurred. I started yelling shit out. And it got to the point where he realized, he's like, this motherfucker doesn't know me. He just wants me to punch him because he wants punched. So he made some sarcastic comment, and I kind of started laughing. And I don't remember exactly what was said after that, but then we ended up sitting on the side of the parking lot. Well, not the side, but there was a curb and a grassy area in between rows of parking spots. We sat down there and started talking. He fucking bought me dinner. We did not go on a date, but he was nice. He was like, hey man, it's like, you're lucky you got me. You didn't get some guy that just liked whooping ass. Like, 'cause you could have been seriously fucked up. And then I woke up and I was still completely riddled with nerves the first 10 or 15 minutes I woke up because the dream was so goddamn tense. And once I woke up, I started thinking, and in real life, that boss that retired, he had me so fucking mad at him so many times. Like there was one time he was, I'm all hesitant, like, should I even fucking talk about this? But all the other shit I've talked about on this shit, whatever. Like, he would act like he was on our side all the time. And then there is certain, in my job, if you have a fuck up, they have to do if they have to fix billing or something, if you send something wrong or whatever, they have to do what they call the customer care, and it's something you fill out, and when you submit it, it goes to 2 or 3 people in corporate, not to mention your managers and the manager of your managers, and it goes. I mean, if it's something fucking little, like a little fucking $20 part that they can just fucking mail back, keep an email chain and everything. No, you can't do that anymore. You have to involve a big section of corporate, and then it goes on a report. There's all this bullshit, tons of bullshit. So there are these fucking customer cares that were put into the system, that I was like, this is not our problem. We're doing things the way we're supposed to be doing them. And I'd explain it and point to all the things like this is bullshit. And then there was at least 3 of them this year. And then after the 3 of them, he was like, it came up and I mentioned it and he goes, but can you prove it? And I just stared at him because it's like, motherfucker, I proved it. I feel like if I was the manager, I'd be like, no, like 2 of these at least. 2 of these should absolutely have been, because there's a way you can not blame the warehouse. If you decide you're going to give a credit, you can fucking customer accommodation. There's probably a lot of ways I don't know about because I'm not in the sales department. So when he said, can you prove it? I just fucking picked up my shit and left. I know we weren't even done with the meeting, but I walked out of the meeting. I'm like, fuck this. I was looking around my desk and I was like, man, if I didn't have all this shit to collect and make sure I got like my laptop, another screen, speakers, fucking portable speaker. I had brought a 2.1 system in to hook up to my computer because you have to watch shit, and the speakers that were there were terrible, and I had extra speakers, so I brought those in. Just all kinds of shit. So through the course of the next week, I started collecting all my shit and taking it home. So I had a very minimal, like if I ever had to walk out, I would just be able to carry everything on the spot and grab it and leave. So I switched to that mentality because I would have walked right there if I didn't have all that shit there. I was like, fuck you, can you prove it? And he'd do a bunch of, just tons of petty shit. He would fucking tell people, he would constantly tell people, other customers, sales, inside salespeople, outside salespeople, he'd be talking about me like he'd talk about when he hired me, and he'd be like, he's pretty good, he's a good warehouse guy. He's like, but I almost didn't hire him because he has a goatee. And he'd be serious, like he's fucking serious. He didn't want to hire me because I had a goatee. And I'm like, wow, that's probably something you should keep to yourself, idiot. It's like, what the fuck, man? He doesn't understand. He says dumb, fucked up shit. It's so crazy. He does annoying shit. Like we told him multiple times, we have a cart of shit to receive, and there's some places we put it to keep it out of the way, but the place where he always moved it to was directly in the fucking path in one of the pallet aisles where we drive the forklift. And it's like, dude, I don't want to be dodging carts. God damn it, there's no reason to put it here. Just always doing annoying shit, moving shit around. It's like, you motherfucker. So goddamn annoying. But anyway, petty shit. Like when I first got there, one of the first things he said that I was like, wow, you're kind of a petty bitch, aren't you? I'm from Omaha, Nebraska. Yay, oh boy, fuck the Cornhuskers. And I'm not a sports fan, but Cornhuskers fans are more annoying than Cowboys fans. Holy shit. We get it. You want to suck Kirby the Cornhuskers dick or where the fuck his name is. We get it. But I moved in Omaha. It's windy as fuck all the goddamn time. It's always goddamn windy. And you never put anything in like if you were to just dump a fucking trash, like an office trash can, into a dumpster without bagging it and closing it first, half of that fucking trash can is going to be all over the parking lot by the end of the goddamn day. And when I first started there, I was throwing something out, and I don't know why, but I always want to verify everything. I want to make sure everything is exactly the same. I don't know, even down to the stupid shit that is just too inconsequential. I said tie off the bags before you throw them in, right? Just seemed obvious. I don't know why I said it. But he just kind of nodded. He's like, you don't have to. And then I said something, and he goes, that's a thought. And I'm like, that's a thought? I'm like, he just said I was stupid. He just, like, one of those, like the Southern thing, oh, good for you, or, oh, bless your heart. That means fuck you. If you're in the South and somebody kind of raises their eyebrows and goes, oh, bless your heart, they're saying you're an idiot. Pretty much always. Sometimes, like if they're talking to a kid, probably not. But I've learned this from, and good for you and bless your heart typically are your, whoa, it's 8 o'clock, bros. Good for you and bless your heart, or fuck you. Keep that in mind. He would drive me crazy as a manager. I went back to work for him because at the time I came back, he's a manager. He'll go out of his way and do stuff that he doesn't have to do to help. But he'll also goddamn not remember something he told you. Like, you do it this way because this reason. So we do it this way, and then 6 to 12 months later, he'll be like, what are you doing? You can't do that. Like, don't do it like that, because then it's like, okay. And then you change it, and then like 3 months later, he's like, you can't do it that way. And then you go back to the other way. It's like, all right, well, what the fuck, man? Very fucking annoying. It's probably just a lot of little petty shit that I should let go. But there's a lot of things that, like, in retrospect, you're like, wow, you fucked us. You fucked us on that. There's like 2 times this year I shipped something incorrect that the customer needed anyways in like 2 weeks. And instead of what the customer wanted to do was just bill it under a different purchase order. We could have just printed out the order that it was supposed to go with, billed them for that, and then shipped them the correct shit. No big deal. It happens all the time. We have customers, or our suppliers, we've had our suppliers do it that way. Like, hey man, we ordered this, no big deal. Let's just fix it. We don't need to involve Jesus and fucking and Moses and Gandhi and everybody. We can goddamn take care of this shit. No big deal. So I found out not long before he left there, a time I did that he was like, no, you got to do an RMA. And they really needed that shit. No, got to do an RMA. And they got to the point where they were short. They needed that shit. They were short. We didn't have any stock. But they had that shit they had to return still. And instead of shipping it forward into Mexico, they let it sit on the dock for 2 weeks and then sent it back to us. So not only did he fuck the customer, we could have took care of it without corporate getting involved, but we did not. So thank you for listening to me whine and complain about shit that I don't know how to let go, and a dream that brought it all back up to the surface, even though he's been gone since August. So that's cool. Cool story, bro. And I'm worried that our new manager that we're reporting to is going to fuck us, because there's a customer that we supply for that we hate. We hate the customer. We hate dealing with the shit. We don't know what the fuck it is. We really don't know what it is. It's not anything we stock. It's nothing to do with us. It's all the goddamn customer shit. We're not familiar with any of it. We don't know what it is. We're at the mercy of the supplier telling us what the shit is. So he took it off our hands. He's gonna move it all over to the warehouse he works. And we're like, that's like half of the money out the door. That's the only reason we look like we make any money, because everything else we sell is cheap. Well, not cheap bullshit, but compared to their shit, it's no money moving. We're gonna go from 1.2 million a year out of that location to like 400,000 a year. And why the fuck would they pay rent for that? So we're like, he's gonna close us down. You just wait. There's gonna be a fuck ass podcast number 212 where it's like, hey, I told you they were going to fucking close us. But when I first started there, to be fair, in 2012, I'm like, why the fuck does this location exist? Like, I would just sell everything out of the California location. And why? Because we have like 3 or 4 people locally that can just come pick stuff up when they need it. We don't even supply them that much of a variety of shit. So, whatever. But now I'm attached to the job, so I don't want it to close. Even though they don't pay us enough. It would probably be mercy. It'd be a mercy killing if they closed that place. Because Dre and I both would find a better job within a week, I'm sure. A better paying job. Maybe a lot more physical labor involved, but probably, I've never had a job that had this much responsibility as far as all the shit they expect you to do. And if you fuck up at all, the whole big chunk of corporate gets involved. It's like, really? Are you serious? And then people are like, why did you do that? It's like, well, obviously I had 2 fists up my ass. And I was like, yeah, let's do this shit. I did it intentionally. Let's go with that, all right? All right, bye. Bye, have a good day. Fuck you. I love you.